Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Yeah, you right there, Mr. Postman. Hey, Mr. Postman, look at me. Is there a package just waiting for me? Where's my box? Where's my box? What's in the box? Hello, welcome to another episode of What's in the Box. And as you can see here, what's in the box is Tall Tales. Tears of the Mother. I'm going to go through the first issue, although I was fortunate enough to receive the first 5 issues here. This is by the dynamic duo, the talented couple, Daphne Lage and J.D. Calderon, and I received issues 1 through 5, which I'm pretty stoked about. And before I go into it, if you don't know, Daphne Lage is a talented artist, illustrator, and she actually did this cover for Catch the Crazies. And she was also kind enough and generous enough to send me the original artwork, the original piece for Catch the Crazies right here. So that's, I'm pretty excited about that. I love this piece. I'm framing it and putting it on the wall. She signed it. And I'm not going to go through this today because it's a little risque. But, she did a great job packaging all this. But she also sent me this. This is a a naughty furry book. Let me open this up right here. It's a naughty furry book. It's The House of Bob, Volume 1. And this is the front, and this is the back. In this back, she has panties on. But on the interior, she does not. So I'm not going to show it. But if you want me to do an episode of this, I need at least 10 people saying yeah. And I will do an episode focusing on this. But for right now, we're going to keep it PC. So, enough said about that. So here is Tall Tales number 1, Tears of the Mother. And pretty excited about this. So first I want to talk about just the color on this is pretty amazing. The coloring techniques on this, the cover is pretty hot. And I also got a bookmark, a Tall Tales bookmark, which is pretty cool. I'm going to open this up, take it out of the plastic for you guys. So here is the Tall Tales bookmark. Really cool promo piece. On the back, it has information. Follow the adventures of a group of friends and warriors as they travel the realm after the fabled seal of Iberion. See, here's where my Ebonics comes in. Iberion. So, only to get entangled in a bitter war between the rats and the trolls. Not a good look. But this is a really cool bookmark. And then also in this, it's like Christmas, man. This is beautiful, nice collector's card of the Oswald Chronicles. And I don't know if you see this. I'm going to pull this up a little. This is pretty dope. And, if you don't know about Oswald Chronicles, you need to check it out. And go to the OswaldChronicles.com for all the updates. And this is written by J.D. Calderon with spectacular art by Jade Gonzalez. Oswald Chronicle is a great read. I have a bunch of them. So let's go into Tall Tales number 1. First of all, the artwork, the production value is really good. The card stock on the comic book is really good. I mean, just the way the ads that she's done, even on the back of the book, pretty dope. On here it says 560 pages of epic fantasy in one volume. So she's collected them into one big volume, and it's worth it. If you don't know about this series, you need to go and pick it up. And again, go to talltalesonline.com, talltalesonline.com. Then you open it up, and both JD and Daphne signed it for me. So that's pretty exciting. I loved the way she designed the credit page. I love the fact that she has the characters and their names on the side. So if you're first introduced to this series, you get a premise on the interior. So, and right here it says, our tale thus far. After retrieving the seal of Iberion from the sorcerer Moloch, the group returns the powerful artifact to Helix. But their triumph is short-lived as their quest is far from over. Silvermane and Ralph are still in the plague-infested Garrison Hage, trapped by the ongoing siege of the city by Khalizarian forces. They only hope to stop the plague and give the people of Garrison Hage the strength to fight off the invaders is to retrieve the Tears of Talith, enchanted water with the power to heal. Ravenwood and the group head to Asbeth, an underground city at the edge of a labyrinth. But getting to the fountain at the center will not be easy. Not only is the maze infested with monsters, the denizens of Asbeth don't take too kindly to adventurers poking around at the dark magic that lies there. Again, this is written by J.D. Calderon and illustrated by Daphne Lage. So the cover is color and the interior is black and white. Daphne does a great job with her black and whites. And let's see, this one, it says coming in contact. So it starts off with the adventurers. They're getting to this maze. They're being chased by a lizard type, dinosaur type monster coming after them. So they run out and they can't make it through the maze. So they need guides. So that's what's happening right now. So they're at odds with each other, debating about, I guess he's paying support and people are like, this is too crazy. It's too dangerous in there. We're not going to make it. You're bugging out. And, he's like, no, I've seen worse. I came this far. I'm not going to turn back. And his maiden, she decides to convince him to slow down. And she's telling Ravenwood to chill. Let's be smart about this. Let's get it. Let's get a guide. So they decide to wait. And then it goes off. I mean, again, the use of black and whites are pretty cool. I personally have to really look at the characters because it's black and white and they're creatures. And I can't differentiate with colors. I had to look to make sure I know which character was what and go back and figure out the name again. So that was one of the things that I had to adjust to with black and white because I'm used to color, but she's done a fantastic job with this. And she's also numbered them. So the pages, that's unique. I think she does it for the trade, for the purpose of collecting it. I don't know. I'd have to ask. But she's numbered the pages. And so there's a war going on between the rats and so the rats have like 40,000 soldiers, but they're being defeated by a small group of a couple of hundred that are on land that are not behind the walls of the kingdom. And so they don't understand why they're being defeated by a small group. And so they're trying to source out the wizard to try to weaken or figure out how to stop them. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of characters. So I definitely have to reread it to get accustomed to the characters because there's a lot going on. I mean, they really packed a lot of different elements. So there's a lot of lead characters, supporting characters, stories within stories. And so, 1 minute you're like, all right, what's going to happen next? And then you go into another scene with another story taking place. And so that takes some adjusting. So that's why I'm glad I have the 5 issues that I will read through so I can catch up with it because each one of the stories within the story is a good story, if that makes any sense. So here we go. You have these guys on the top. And you got this guy saying, why is my men being defeated? What's going on? We got to figure this out. Then you have this aristocrat. Obviously, he's a wealthy, powerful guy. And he's like, they cannot be allowed to go into the maze until I speak with the one in charge. And so, he goes and he summons the head of the guard, and he's like, you work for me. You need to go over there and make sure they see me before they go in. And so now he has to go over there. So now they're at the bar, and they have all these different, I guess, guides and scouts trying to become their guides. But a lot of them are manipulators and thieves, and but they don't know who to trust. But then he comes in, and he's like, it's forbidden. I'm the captain of the guard. The law is the law. And then giants. Boom. Do you hear that? It's foots. Quick, funny stuff. When I was a kid, my brother used to say, my 2 foots are hurting. I was like, you only have 1 foot. You have 2 feet. And so, oh, my brother. So, so giants running through the city, and he's knocking stuff down. He's tearing things apart. And then she recognizes the other woman, and she's like, Nama? She goes, what of it? Whore. Wow, she called her a whore. And all of a sudden, things about to pop off, and she summons a spell, and she gets her tangled up, and that's how it ends on a cliffhanger. Cray cray. And then we go into a beautiful ad for the Oswald Chronicles. Oswald. And right here it says, enter a whole new world of urban fantasy with illustrated short stories by J.D. Calderon, and featuring artwork by Jade Gonzalez, Jerome Lacinto, Daphne Lage, Matthew Lunsford, David Montoya, and Liz Buenaventura. I don't know if it's Lizelle or Laez. And it's the Oswald Chronicles. So this power couple does a fantastic job at putting, when you think about independence, these guys, they're not mainstream. They're known in the convention circuit and in the indie world, but they have such amazing properties that if you haven't picked this up, you need to pick it up. If you haven't supported, you need to. They both have Kickstarters. Daphne has a Kickstarter launching January 7th, I believe. J.D. Calderon bounces between Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Demand is constant. They do right by the creative teams that they hire on the Oswald Chronicles, and they really produce some great work. So this is an episode of What's in the Box. If you like this episode, please give a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. If you have a book, you can send it my way. Send me an email at contact@catchthecraze.com. That's catch the craze with a D-A. Catchthecraze.com. And if you don't have a physical book that you want to mail to me, you can also email it to me at contact@catchthecraze.com, and I will feature it on What's in the Box. So thanks again. Don't forget to watch the other shows. We have The Craze and Channel S, and we have Catch the Craze, where we interview a lot of great, talented creators in the industry. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera. Talk to you soon. Peace. What's in the box?